Today we're going to be exploring color science between the Nikon D700 and the Canon 5D Mark II, both released in '08, both full-frame cameras. People have talked about the Nikon having magic colors, which I discussed in my last video, which you can click here if you'd like to look at that. People love the colors on the Canon also. Today we're going to examine that and see which one you like better. Spoiler alert, the Canon was mostly warmer and a little bit darker than the Nikon. The Nikon is cooler and brighter, okay? The Canon tends to lose it a little bit in the shadows. The Nikon tends to lose it a little bit in the highlights. That's usually the case in most photographs on a sunny day outside, but when you put a person in front of the camera, the Nikon seems to have some type of face detect and knows that the person is in front of the camera, and the Nikon warms up the photograph, okay? Let's discuss how this was shot. All shot in JPEG, no editing, aperture priority, and I use the same aperture for each photograph. Native ISO, auto white balance. Metering mode will be the same. On the Canon, it's called evaluative. On the Nikon, it's called matrix metering, okay? Standard color mode on both, no portrait, no scenics. I'll be looking at aesthetics or beauty over color accuracy, okay? This isn't a color accuracy test. Color accuracy, it's a very deep rabbit hole. I don't want to go there. Both of the cameras have the native 50mm 1.8 glass, okay? So let's take a look. First up, these flowers. The flowers themselves look very similar, but if you look down at the flower pot and the grass, you can see differences. The Canon flower pot is a little bit warm. You can see the little yellow hue to the flower pot. The Nikon flower pot is a little whiter, okay? And the grass on the Nikon is greener than the grass on the Canon. I'm not sure your monitor or your cell phone, whatever you're using to watch this, but I'm not sure you can see, but the dark areas, the Canon loses some of the dark areas. The Nikon is a little bit brighter in the dark areas. But again, your monitor may not show that. Okay, next up, we have this flower pot. Again, the Canon side is warmer. The Nikon side is cooler. The whites, you'll notice that the Nikon side, the whites are whiter, appear to be whiter than the Canon side. The grass is definitely greener on the Nikon side. And if you look closely at the flowers, you'll notice that the reds are ever so slightly warmer on the Nikon side. I will let you decide which one you prefer. This set of violet flowers, Nikon again is going to be a little bit cooler. The greens are a little greener on the Nikon side than the Canon side, but the purples or violets are a little bit richer, deeper in color on the Canon side. I will let you decide which one you prefer. My preference would be the Canon on this one. This is a very interesting hexagon shaped building. The roof, the siding on this building, the green grass, virtually identical in each photograph, but the sky is slightly different. The Nikon side on the left is slightly cooler. The Canon side on the right is slightly warmer, which is trending with these, okay? Nikon is cooler, Canon is warmer. The Nikon clouds have a slight bit more detail. I will let you decide which one you prefer. Each person would have their favored taste on whatever sky they prefer. Here we have a sunset sky. The Nikon is definitely a little bit brighter than the Canon, and the Nikon blues are richer and more saturated. The Canon blues are darker and don't look quite as flattering, in my opinion. I'm going to let you decide which one you prefer, but in my opinion, the Nikon is a more usable photograph. Okay, so here's our first portrait. Nikon on the left, Canon on the right, as usual. And the Nikon right away is brighter and more pleasing to the eye. The Canon is darker. This photograph was taken in twilight, so the sky above us is very, very rich in blue colors. Nikon was able to still capture a nice skin tone portrait. Okay, second portrait, bright sunny day on the beach. Again, the Nikon is brighter, the Canon is darker. I don't know why. And if you look at the toys also, the green bucket is clearly more saturated on the Nikon side than the Canon side. And the reds, not quite as pronounced, but the reds are definitely more saturated on the Nikon side than the Canon side. And the beach is a little bit warmer on the Nikon side. Here's the same photograph with only the toys. And again, for some reason, the Nikon is warmer and brighter than the Canon. The toys are much more saturated on the Nikon side than the Canon side. In my opinion, the Nikon is much more pleasing to the eye than the Canon. portrait on a motorcycle. You could see the Nikon is warmer. The whole photograph is warmer except for the sky. The sky blue is definitely bluer on the Nikon side than the Canon side. The pile of dirt in the background looks kind of washed out on the Canon side. Looks quite nice on the Nikon side. Okay, more flowers. Flowers in bright midday sun. You could see the green is greener on the Nikon side and the flower is almost identical with a slight edge on the Nikon side being slightly warmer and brighter. But we've seen the cooler or greener greens pretty much consistently in all these photographs. Again, another flower, a very deep saturated red flower, another full sun flower photograph. The greens are greener on the Nikon side as per usual, and if you look very, very closely, you will see that the Nikon flower is ever so slightly warmer than the Canon flower, but it's very, very hard to see and your phone or monitor might not show it. All right, this road in midday bright sun, you can see it's pretty obvious that the Nikon side, the whole photograph is cooler than the Canon photograph. My opinion is that the road looks nicer on the Canon side than the Nikon side, but your opinion may vary. The greens are definitely greener on the Nikon side in this photograph. Looks like the dark areas are ever so slightly darker on the Canon side, which is what we've been seeing pretty consistently throughout these images. This photograph, I'll let you decide which one you like. Now I wanted to show the noise at high ISO. Okay, in these older cameras, 6400, and in my opinion, the Nikon grain, the Nikon noise is monochromatic. There's more color noise on the Canon side. I would suggest that the Nikon handles low light situations better than the Canon, but I'll let you decide whichever noise you prefer. So that's a wrap. Hope you have figured out which one you like better. My personal opinion is if the Nikon has greener grass and warmer skin tones or flower tones. So I think the Nikon does have that sort of magic color that we've talked about. I think I see the difference now, okay? My opinion, okay? The Canon is a very good camera. People love it. People swear by it. Its overall images are a little bit warmer, generally speaking, okay? But in difficult lighting, it appears as though the Nikon may be a better choice. Okay, used prices today, the Canon seems to go for about $100 more than Nikon, making the Nikon a very good choice for the budget-minded. That's right now. Obviously, after I put this video out, time goes by, prices change, okay? So anyway, thank you for watching, and please click the like and subscribe button to help support this channel. Now get out there, get your friends, take some pictures, have some fun. Okay, thanks for watching.